Hi kids! For this assignment, I am going to be walking you through how to complete your art series for your final performance task of turning in your art series with your artist statement, as well as an example of your concept map and how you started your idea. So this is your performance task. Just like we did with the sketchbook, you are going to be turning in your final art series, your final art product, so that I can give you a grade for the work that you've done from the beginning of this unit until the very end, which is now. So you will be expected to turn in 3 finished art pieces that are all centered around one idea that you have picked from your concept map. Now, if you remember, we started with our 2 ideas, and each of those ideas had 4 thumbnail sketches. From those 4, we looked at both ideas and we reflected on both of those, and we decided which idea we were going to use. So your art series should all come from that idea. Now, the techniques that you have used are different. However, the idea and the thread that connects all of your art pieces stays the same. So, you are going to be presenting your art series and you're going to be giving it a title. Now, you can title this whatever you would like, as long as it's school appropriate. But you are going to be giving this a title and you are going to be titling each of your artworks, talking very little about each of them, and then you're going to submit your artist statement that will explain your art series. So this is exactly what artists do when we present our artwork in a gallery, when we present our artwork online, or when we have a art show. This is the entire process that we go through. We start from our idea, and then we create art pieces based on that idea, and then we complete our artist statement so that those who come to view our artwork know where we started, the idea behind the artwork, and how we got to our finished product. So, you are going to have the art series performance task slideshow presentation, and this is where you're going to be giving me the title of your artwork, the title of your art series, and images of your artwork, as well as your artist statement. So let me go over that one more time so that you know what must be included in this performance task in order for you to get the most points possible or the best grade possible. You're going to give your artwork, your art series a title. You are then going to include your artist statement that tells me about your artwork and how you got to that idea. Now, if you are confused about your artist statement, please go back to the video in week 14 and review the Edpuzzle notes at the very end of that video, as well as the steps for completing your artist statement using the article online. Then you are going to submit 3 images. One image is for your collage art piece, one image is for your blackout poetry art piece, and the final image is for your origami or paper quilling, whichever one you decided to use. So you're going to submit an image for that. The final 2 pieces of this art series are your big concept and your thumbnail sketches that guided your entire process. So I'm going to walk you through how to upload these, how to title them, and how you will be including your artwork in your art series so that you get the best grade possible. So you're going to open up the assignment and you're going to see the art series performance task. The very first slide asks you to give your art series a name. Now, I'm going to be using my art series that I created for our examples as the example for this performance task. So whatever you see me write, you will not copy. Remember, it all comes from your work in your art series. So the series title, I'm going to click on this and I'm going to change it. And I have decided to call my art series Dreams as a Guide. Now on the second slide, it's asking you for your artist statement. All I want you to do is copy and paste your artist statement from your typed document to your slide here. So my artist statement is typed in my document. I am going to click on all of that. I am going to copy this and I am going to paste it right here. So I'm going to delete what this says, where it says copy and paste. And I'm just going to add my artist statement right there. Next, I'm going to go to my first art piece, and this was my collage art piece. So I'm going to give it a title. Now, if your font is a little bit too big and it goes off of the slide, I want you to fix that. And I'm going to show you how. You can highlight all of this, and you're going to change the font size. I do not want any of your fonts off of the page or where they are hard to read. So I just resized that. I can even move this piece. I am giving you all the right to edit this, your own document. So I'm going to move this down a little bit. Maybe at that point I can make it just a little bit bigger if I choose. But I want you to work with the formatting. So I am going to be looking at that as part of your craftsmanship. Remember, craftsmanship was part of your grade last time, and it is still a part of your grade this time. So if you're just clicking on the title, typing it in, and leaving it as it is, where it's going off the slide or it's too big to fit, you will be deducted craftsmanship points for that. So then I'm going to talk about the art technique that I used. And this was collage on cardboard. Now I am going to replace this image here. So after I have my title, the art technique that I used, I need to add my image. So I'm going to show you a way in which you can add your image right here. But first, I want to show you something that if you are taking pictures on a smartphone, what can happen. So in order to add your image here, it has to be a JPEG or it can be a PDF. Sometimes what our phones will do, if we take our picture in live mode, and you can see it right here, the HEIC, that ending will not allow you to upload your image. So you're going to have to change that. And a very simple way for you to do that is to go onto your document, or excuse me, you're going to open up your picture here. And we're just going to change the end format. To do that, it's very simple. We're just going to go File. We're going to save it. Or we're actually going to export it. And when we export it, that's where it gives us all these different format options. So you can retitle it if you want. I'm going to retitle mine Collage Image. And I'm going to save it to my desktop so I know where it is so I can find it very easily. If you want to save it to your downloads, your documents, you can do that. And I'm going to change it to a JPEG. And I am going to save it after that. Now I have it saved. It saves 2 copies for me. It saves the original and then it saves the one that I exported. So now I'm going to come back to my slide presentation here. And I need to replace this image. So I'm going to click on it so that I get the blue border. And I'm going to go to, I can right click on it. And if I right click on it, it gives me all of these options, like the option to replace the image. If I do that, all I'm going to do is click on Replace Image, come over to this little window, hit Upload, and I'm going to find my image on my desktop. And I'm going to open that, and it's going to place it right there for me. Another way that you can do this is by inserting the image and uploading it from your computer. Same thing. You just have to make sure that the square is selected. So it will up or insert an image again. I'm going to delete this. I find that the easiest way to do this is to select the picture that's already there, right click it, and replace the image. Now I'm going to do that for the rest of my art pieces. So I'll go in, I will give it a title. The next one would be my blackout poetry. And then I'm going to click on this image here, right click it, replace the image by uploading from my computer, If your images are already in your drive, you can upload them from your drive as well. So once you have added all of your titles, the technique that you used, and your pictures, you're then going to insert a picture of your concept map so that I can see where you started. So to do that, you're going to insert an image by uploading from your computer. Again, I'm going to use the same image as before just for an example. So I'm going to use my collage image. You will insert a picture of your concept map. Actually, let me see if I have my concept map here. I thought I did. Guess not. I'll use this as an example. And that's what it does to insert an image for you. That's all I need is an image of your concept map. And then here you're going to insert those 4 thumbnail images that you started with. So, same thing, right-click it, replace the image, upload from your computer, and then the image will be there. The very last slide that you are going to be working on is going to be your reflection process. So what I want you to do with this is I want you to reflect on your process for developing your art series from start to finish. What did you learn about the ways that artists create a series from participating in this process? So when you were going through this process of creating your artwork from start to finish, what did you learn about that? What was there something new that you realized about the way artists create work? Or was there something that you really enjoyed about this process? Was there something that you found to be challenging that you were able to overcome because of what you've learned? I want you to think about all of those things, and I want you to answer the question right here directly on the slide. So you'll go in, you can make a new bullet point if you would want, or you can erase the type that's up here. If you want to leave this to help you, I'm okay with that. I just want to know that your answer is here. So you're going to answer this by telling me what you learned. So you can say, from going through the art series process, I learned, and you can continue with that. I want you to use examples of what you like, how you learned these things. So was it through developing your concept map? Was it creating your thumbnail sketches? Was it going through your art creation process? What did you learn about going through this process? After you have completed all of these slides, you will turn this document or the slide presentation into the assignment, and I will grade it for your second assessment, your second performance task assessment. So what I want you to remember when you go through this is if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I will help you in any way I possibly can. But I also want you to use this video to help you as you go through the process. If you're unsure about something, ask me. Do not submit this without knowing or having your questions answered. Also, I want you to know that if you are not completely done yet, I do not want you to turn this in until it's completely done. So you're going to have time in class this week to work on it so that you can submit it before we leave for Thanksgiving break. Again, any questions you have, please make sure that you ask me. I can't wait to see the work that you all create. I am so excited to see your final series and read your artist statements and what you've learned by going through this process.